friends. This is Donna with AK Gal Stamps. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ohio, and I'm bringing you my third project for a card in a box series. I had several people that took advantage of this and got kits from me so that we could make a card in a box. 3 different kinds for the holiday season. So the first card we're going to make is something similar to this. Simple card, but we'll just get started. So I'm using Pretty Peacock, and I'm using the Winter Meadows DSP for all of my products, or for all my cards. So this base again is 7 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have a layer that is 3 by 5. So that's 3 by 5. That's going to go right here. And I did mix things up a little bit from the kit that everybody got sent because I ran out of paper. Go figure. I'm going to score that real quick. Keep that down. So there's that. There's that. So I'm still using, for one piece is the Thoughtful Designs paper that I really love, but as I say, I ran out, so that goes right there, and that's 5 3/8 by 2 5/8. And then on this piece, I'm using Peacock, Pretty Peacock glitter paper, and it is 2 7/8 by 4 7/8. And then I am back to the Winter Meadows, which is 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. I gave it a little bit bigger border than the kits you will get because I wanted to show this a little bit better since it wasn't redundant of this. So we can get these all applied, and then we will run a piece on in an embossing folder because I love dry embossing. I like heat embossing as well, but I do like the dry embossing. So we'll put this piece on here. This is very pretty. Very pretty. That goes right here. And then we have this pretty paper. It's going to go on the glitter paper. And I do recommend to use liquid glue for anything that is not flat cardstock so that it will adhere through all the nooks and crannies of embossing, dry embossing, or like glitter paper. So we'll do this like this. Okay, and now I'm going to go over here and emboss it. And I am going to use, I think, yeah, go back to my original of the Forever Plaid. I just need to line this up because this is a grid type embossing folder. You know, when you get our stamp cutting emboss machine, you do get the precision plate in your kit, which is really nice because when I got it, you had to buy that separately. So, ooh, that does look nice. I like that. Doesn't that look sharp? Like that. Now I'm going to put that on this piece right here. See, this glue really helps get this adhered to the cardstock because it gets in the little nooks and crannies, and then we'll get onto your cardstock better. Okay, so let's put this like this. Make sure we got that all right. And then this is going to go right here. Isn't that pretty? Pretty. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't have enough. I mean, I didn't even think about it for the cards that I was originally when I was working on them. I think, I guess it doesn't matter. They're going all different directions. Now you want this centered, so you do not want to put any adhesive on the side that hits this inside part. Something that I like to do is I like to kind of lay it how I might be placing it so that I have kind of a marker of how far in I'm going to go. That's enough. I'm figuring this is going to go in another container, so I'm not worried about lots of dimensionals on this. If I was just mailing the card, then I would really watch how much dimension my card had, so it doesn't have to have the extra handling. So do you mail a lot of Christmas cards? Because I know this can be for any time of year. This box and card doesn't have to be Christmas. Does that look good? I think so. So I'm pressing that down, and it didn't show. Awesome sauce. Very good. Now this piece for the inside is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am using Pretty Peacock ink. And I am going to be using, I think, Peace on Earth. For the front sentiment, I have misplaced my favorite stamp set. Don't know where it went. Let's see, we want that to be, it doesn't have to be straight because it's at an angle, but we're going to put that like that. So there's that. I'll clean that. And now we need the inside, which will be Merry Christmas. Yeah, I've been looking all over for my Greetings of the Season stamp set. I cannot find it. So I don't know what I did with it. Merry Christmas to you. What's neat about this stamp set and this particular one is you can color these little white areas in if you'd like to. If you've got Stampin' Blends, Stampin' Right markers don't work with this kind of ink. They can bleed. The lines can bleed because they're the same kind of ink. And then I'm going to get my blending brush and we're going to add some ink to this. Like that. So there's that one and this one. I think this kind of teal is a pretty Christmas color. So I'm going to put, I gave everybody some punch outs of this retired paper with just some little floral kind of stuff on it. Like that. We'll just stick these on here. Like that. And I did have some other ribbon that I wanted to use, but I think I don't have any more of it. Nope, I used it up. So I will use some gold ribbon, I believe. I think it's an online exclusive ribbon, gold, kind of pretty. We'll use it. Even though that has silver in it, that's okay. I am using whatever I have. And let's see if we can cut this before making a big mess. That was on the verge of making a big mess. Okay, so we're going to go like this and like this. Stick that on there. I'm just adding a lot on there. You do you, what you want to do. And I'm going to cut that because I don't want that edge so showing. So I'm just going to trim that off, throw it away. Put that away. And now I want this to go on dimensionals. Like I said, if I was going to mail this, I would be kind of holding back on this stuff because I don't want it to make my card too thick, so I have to do extra handling. I like to put stuff on my ribbon too to kind of help give a little bit of added hold onto my card. So, I hope you've had a chance to check out my other videos with a card in a box. I'm trying to do this kind of even like that. And want to go even more hog wild. Wonder if I have some really small gold dimension, gold type stuff I can use, embellishments. I obviously use a lot more gold than I do silver, I guess. I want to use some of these small ones maybe. I'm just doing a little bit different now, just going off the range. Because I think there is, oh, there it is. I might have a little bit gone overboard with this. These are the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequins. And we can put this in. I'm going to use my adhesive again. This stuff is tough. Once you set something down, it is not going to come back up, I'm telling you. It is stuck. Try and get that a little bit even. I think that's pretty good. And there's your card. That's your card for this kit. Now we will go to our box. I got this idea from Karen's Paper Craft. She is a Dutch demonstrator in the Netherlands. So this base is 8 3/4 by 10 3/4. And you score at, gotta get the long arm out. We will do a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, 3 3/4 of an inch, 7, and 10 1/4. Okay, so that's those, and then you want to turn it, and you want to do 3 1/4, 3 1/4, right here, 3 1/4, and 6 1/2 for this one. So there's that piece. And then you're going to need another piece that is 3 1/4 by 10 1/4. And you're going to score it at 3 1/4, 6 1/2. Sound familiar? And then 9 3/4. Okay. So you got your box all taken care of. So now we need to do some trimming. We need to do a little, taking off just a little pie piece on this flap, because that's going to be one of the flaps. That's all you got to do on this piece, but we will use the bone folder and fold all these into mountain. Okay. Like that. And then this big piece, let's just fold everything in. with our bone folder. Like this. Oh, there's one right there. Got that little one. Gotta remember that one. There's a little flap, 1/2-inch flap at each end on this long one. Okay, got that one. Let's do this one. Because this is such a tricky little box, it's not really that hard, but trying to remember which direction and all that stuff. I actually marked everything down on my paper so that I could remember this a lot better. So I have X's for the panels that are going to go off that I'm going to cut out. So these, you've got the smaller squares, rectangles up at the top, and then you have 6 panels that are the same, like that. So you want to hold it like that, okay? And then we are going to just cut this one up. We're leaving the middle flap. Okay, and I'm going to cut a little bit of an arch right there for my tag. And then going to cut this one. I'm just going on the other side of the score line. And we're going to do a little snip there. Okay, so there's that. Now this side we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave this panel for this middle piece. You got your skinnier pieces. Then this middle section, you need to keep the flaps, okay? And then we will cut and cut. And I'm just cutting just on the opposite side to get that score line so we don't see it. Okay, so there's those. Now, this piece in the middle here, out of the 3 rectangular pieces, the middle piece goes away. So I'm cutting that out, both sides. And I'm cutting that out. Okay, I didn't quite cut that how I'd like it, but I am going to just do a little bit of beveling on this, both sides. Making boxes, this is what you do. You definitely want to trim. Some you need to trim more than others. Right now I'm not trimming off a lot, just a little bit. Okay. Now, these, I'm going to cut the edges, okay? I'm going to cut the edges in between, separate these panels just to the middle, okay? And we're going to cut like 1 inch off on this box. Okay. This piece, this middle piece, is going to fold in, and we are going to get our paper trimmer. And we're just taking 1 inch off. This will make it nice and even. I'm putting it on the inch on the left side. And I'm just taking 1 inch off. So now that's a little shorter. And this is longer. And I am going to do a little bit of trimming here. Let's trim a little bit off. Okay, trim that. This doesn't seem like it's trimmed very much. I'm going to trim a little more of that. Like that. Okay, that is a little bit better. Okay, now I am looking, and I have got my long panel. I've got this all like this, and then you have this long panel. Okay, you've got this little flap right here. So you're going to want to glue this middle piece to this little piece right here, like that. I'm going to use tear and tape. Tear and tape. Where did I put the tear and tape? Did I put it back? Yes, I did. So I'm going to use some tear and tape. And put it right here. This connects these two. And I will take this off. Hope you can see that. This flap needs to go on this side. Well, it doesn't, I mean, it's not going to mess up your box. I'm just doing it how Karen did it. She had it on the side that had this open part right here. And so what is going to happen is these are flaps, and this is going to connect right there. This is going to go right here. I'm just showing you. We'll do it all. This is going to go right here. And then this is what closes it right here. So we're probably going to be closing those off a little bit more. And then we get to decorate it. Okay. So we need glue on this side, right? Okay. This and this, these are going to be glued onto here, and that is going to be glued there. And you may do this and find that you don't quite like how it's situated. You may want to adjust it a little bit, which is fine. It's all fine. This, and then this goes like this. I'm just resting this on the table so it's nice and flat. And I want to make sure these close really good. That's where the cutting off a little bit, doing a little bit of trim takes care of that. Okay. And then this is going to go like this. We're going to put some tape right there for that. And that's glue. And then these go inside. Actually, I'm going to trim these off too, because these go on the inside. Yeah, we need to trim these off. I'm going to trim these off. Actually, I don't even know if I really need these. I'm thinking. I am just thinking. This goes like this. This goes here. Now we're gonna just take this off, guys. And this is gonna be just straight. Oops, let's trim it off. I probably did this a little backwards from what Karen did, but that's okay. That is okay. You just kind of go with it. Okay, this was going to go like this. Okay, so there's your box. Let's put a little bit of tear and tape on this. You couldn't make this big a box with one piece of tape or one piece of cardstock. It's just not big enough. And then we're also going to decorate this box. Yeah, you just need to fiddle with it. That's what I think. Okay, so this goes right. Oops, I want those. I'm looking at getting those to meet just right. Like that. And this is going to go right here. Like that. And I need to put some glue on it, don't I? Every time I do this box, I do it a little bit differently, I have to admit. I definitely do. I am stuck. There we go. It's like I was stuck on something. And that should go right like this. Now, because you just needed just a little bit more for this. Okay, so there's your box. Okay, so now you got your box, but we need to decorate it. So I have 4 pieces of paper that are, where are they? Where's my paper? Where is my pretty paper? Huh. I just had it. But it's underneath something, I'm sure. Underneath something. And that was one of the tags. Well, here they are. Here they are. Found them. And I'm using that paper. These are 3 by 3 squared. And you want to put them all the way around your box. Okay? So I'm just going to glue these. On here. I'm going to bring this up, I think. This gives you a pretty good amount of wiggle room. Another person who does some neat boxes is Claire Ottaway. So if you have a chance, take a look at her, because I've used some of her boxes in the past. She does a great job. I just happened to come across this one day in my YouTube feed, this video, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty handy, because you are very limited on how much you can put into boxes when you have 12 by 12 designer paper. I'm just putting this all around, so you need 5 pieces of 3 by 3 squares. You need 5 squares. Okay, this paper's so pretty. And there's that. And you can alter this depending on how you put it. You need to have 2. You have to have 2 of these little flaps. Gotta have that. Okay. Gotta have that. And the 3 by 3 gives you a nice border. And there's your nice little box. And we need to stamp something on this. And I think we are going to put believe on it. It's like believe in the magic. And we are going to use Pretty Peacock again. And I think I'm going to use some of that gold, I think, for my label. Like that. Very pretty. Okay, and my teal, that's light teal. This is, nope, that's blue. Where did it go? Did I put it in the wrong place? Possibly, maybe not. I said it somewhere, didn't I? Oh, it's right here. Oh my goodness. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. These dies I just love. There are 4 dies that come in this bundle, and you can use them for so much more than just what is in this set. But I just love these. Okay, make sure I do that right. Okay, that's the opening, so that has to go that way. So we want actually no, I'm going to just put dimensionals on there, maybe just a little bow. maybe just a bow on there will be enough, because this is a present, right? It's not a card. So we will do this like this. Or you could put something else on there, like 4 or whatever. But you got a nice size box there. Put socks in that, some candy, any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I do like maybe a little bow. If I can find the end of this. I don't know how I lost this. It's all coming unraveled. If I can find it. Okay, now let's cut. Make a little bow. Make a little bow. I do bunny ears. I don't know how you guys do bows. If you do them very traditional. Okay, like that. Way too big. Way too big. So we'll put that like right there with a glue dot. And I think we will be done. This is card in a box number 3. Okay. So if you haven't watched the other 2, I hope you give them a watch. And I will trim these. So there's this and this. So I hope you give this a go and have fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye.